plus one also have these discussions where you're trying to figure out how to share the expenses? Or you're always asking each other if you have enough money for the next month's credit card bills? If yes, then we are going to help you to understand ways in which you can share your expenses. Hi there, Namaste. This is Akriti Agarwal from Wealth Cafe, where we help you make smarter money decisions. And in today's video, we're helping you and your spouse to streamline your finances and understand how you can share your expenses. Yes, in our previous video, which you can see over here, we talked about that how as a couple you should have 3 bank accounts, one for your income, one for your joint expenses and one for your savings. And of course, a lot of you had the questions as to how much should we transfer to the joint expense account and how do we determine who's supposed to take care of expenses to what extent. Well, the answer to this question is very simple. It is based on your incomes and your mutual understanding, right? So let's take 3 scenarios and then you decide for yourself in which one you fit in and how you would go about your sharing of the expenses. Well, the first scenario, which is an ideal scenario, is where you and your spouse both earn equally or in the same range, right? So where it makes sense that both of you decide to share the expenses also equally. So you both transfer a fixed percentage of your income towards the joint expense account, taking care of the household expenses, your personal expenses, your credit card bills, etc. So where both of you are earning 1 lakh rupees each month and say your monthly expenses are around 1,20,000 rupees, then you both transfer 60,000 to the joint expense account. The second scenario is where one person is earning and the other person is not. Well, in that case also you have a joint expense account because the spouse who is not earning would have easy access to money and has to not ask the one who's earning continuously for funds. So what we do is in that case, whatever are your family expenses gets transferred to the joint expense account by the earning member, and then both of you can access it for again your grocery spends, household spends, maintenance spends, commuting expenses and any other monthly expenses that you may have. The third scenario is the one where you are both earning but the income that you are making is very different, right? One of you is probably a freelancer, professional or even a salaried individual but is making less income and the other one is making a higher income proportionately very high. For instance, that one person is earning 1.5 lakh rupees each month and the other one is making 50,000 rupees each month. So there is a huge disparity of income. Well, in that case, what we recommend is that the person who's earning higher should spend towards the family's expenses and the one who's earning less should save and invest the entire money. Now you would tell me, Akriti, that's not fair, right? Because both are earning, both should contribute towards the family expenses. Well, the reason we tell this is because of taxation. Yes. So the one who's earning less should save and invest their entire money because they are taxed less, right? The person with 50,000 is clearly in a lower tax bracket. So when that person saves and invests the entire money, in future when they sell it, the capital gains taxes or overall taxes on their investment returns would be lower, whereas the one who's earning higher spends more, claims HRA also in their salary and claims other benefits which comes with certain expenses, so to reduce their taxable income. Overall, even if the savings are less for that person individually, the tax savings for the entire family are higher. So this is how a couple which has a huge disparity of income can share their expenses. Now please note that these are just some examples that we've given based on 3 scenarios. Of course, you have to try and work out what works the best for the 2 of you. So why don't you share this video with your spouse and set up a money date sometime during this week so you and him or her can decide as to what you should do about your expenses and put a proper process in place. Once this process is in place, you will stop spending majority of your time in discussing from where to spend and how much to spend, and would rather use that time in discussing about investments and growing your money. So where you liked this idea of ours of sharing expenses and the 3 bank accounts, then do like, share and subscribe to this video, and you can learn more about financial management as a couple through our workshop Honey and Money. You can see more details of it in the link in description. And yes, we shall see you every Wednesday and Saturday with freshly brewed content only from Wealth Cafe.